Hello everyone, my name is Deborah. Welcome to Meet an Entrepreneur. Today I have a special guest here. Let's have him introduce himself.
My name is Komi Klu. I am a risk professional. I used to work in the US. Now I'm based in Accra, Ghana.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, you are a risk professional.
Yes.
Can you please elaborate a little bit on that?
In everything you do in life, it involves risks. And more importantly, if you want to do business, business involves risk. So, in order for you to be successful in business, you need to know what risk that the business involves. That's why I am a risk professional. Specifically about Africa, people have the wrong conception or ideas about Africa. They think that Africa is risky to do business in. That's why we created our consulting firm, Emerging Market Investment Group, to provide risk advisory to people who want to do business in Africa. We have only one word for them: before you invest, investigate.
Before you invest, investigate. So, very interesting. So, anybody that wants to do business with Africa, it can be in any industry, they can just come to you.
Yes, you want to do business Africa, whether you want to partner with somebody, you want to sell something to a government, you want to buy oil from anywhere. How do you know that the person that you have found on Google or the person who have Googled you and reach out to you is who exactly they say they are? So you need to do your due diligence. And we have a 12-point due diligence that we will do to make sure that one, the person is incorporated; second, the person is legitimate; third, the person even has a business address, and things like that, or the person does not have any tax or owing to the government. One important one is if the person is not on any lists. There are some watch lists that you need to watch. There are certain people, especially if you're a US based company, you cannot do business with. Yes.
Interesting. So here you are in Chicago, you're participating in the Trade with Africa Business Summit. How important is it for you to be here?
Oh, this is very important because currently I'm supposed to be back to Ghana, but when Toyin reached out to me, it is very critical for me to meet here, to be here, because I have met some business partners here whom I've known in the past. But it's more important to me that we come to forums like this so that we can tell the African story. What is the African story? For far too long, the Western media has been painting or writing about Africa, but unfortunately, most of the things that they said about Africa is negative. But we Africans will need to start telling our own story. Not everything is negative in Africa. There are a lot of opportunities in Africa for those who want to do business in Africa. As long as they do their due diligence, they do their homework, there's a lot of money to be made in Africa.
I love that. So what's your background? You mentioned that you were in the US and then now you're in Ghana. You do risk investment management. I mean, what is your background?
Oh, okay. It's interesting. My background, I went to school in Africa, then I went to law school in France, and I did another graduate school in the US. And in 1998, I started working for um, the financial industry. And very quickly, I rose through the ranks and I became a vice president for one of the biggest global banks, HSBC Bank, which has allowed me to work on almost every continent. I've worked in South America with HSBC. I've worked in Europe, of course, with HSBC. I've worked in Asia with HSBC. Unfortunately, Africa is the only continent that they have never sent me because they don't do business in Africa, and I found that to be bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I am on my own now. I've created a consulting firm and based in Africa and just to advise both African organizations and Western organizations who are interested in doing business in Africa.
So, in summary, I know you have your consulting thing, but free advice for anybody out there that wants to go global and invest in Africa. What are some of the key areas they need to look into?
Okay. That's a very good question. For anybody who want to do business or transact with Africa or Africans based on the continent, and there are a few things they need to do. First of all, they need to know the law and regulations
Mm-hmm.
that regulates US-based entity try to do business in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
We can send anybody who is interested a list of the regulatory requirements to do business in Africa. But most importantly, at the other ends of the ocean, you need to know whom you are dealing with. If you want to partner with an African, a local company, or just even if you want to do business with a supposedly government entity,
Mm-hmm.
somebody can just find a letterhead from a government office. I see that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Take a letterhead from a government office, sent you an invitation letter, but the person does not work for the government. So you need to do your homework, you need to do your background check. We call it corporate due diligence or business intelligence. You need to do that. Once you are able to confirm that the person is who they say they are, then you can start talking about money, about contracts. Do not sign anything, do not send any money to anybody before you do your homework, before you know who you're dealing with. Secondly, I know American and Western companies like paper, they like documentation. Not all documents are created equal. Somebody can send you a letter with the letterhead of the presidency of Nigeria, of Ghana, of Togo, or Ivory Coast. You need to verify if that document really emanates or was issued by the office of the president. Be cautious. Yeah.
So, be cautious, everybody that is interested in investing in Africa, and um, don't just believe the information out there, because yes, it's a great risk to invest in Africa, but believe me, it's the most rewarding action to take. Thank you for watching today. Have a great day. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.